We're here because I basically spent the last year writing with a man called Jimmy Napes in the studio opposite this coffee shop. I used to work in a bar in St Paul's. I finished in December last year, and in my lunch breaks and after work I used to come to the studio here and just write music with Jimmy. And first session we ever had, we did Lay Me Down, and then we did Latch and La La La, and yeah, it's nice to come back here and have the coffee. The coffee's amazing. I grew up in a little village called Great Chisel in Hertfordshire, Cambridgeshire. It's on the border. It's like the highest point of Cambridgeshire. But there was no shops, like a 20-minute drive to the first shop and stuff. I had the most beautiful childhood. My parents were amazing. My parents split up when I was 18, and then it kind of changed, and my mum's now based in London. So my relationship with London is very strong now because I live here, and I love London so much. But I think I'll always be a country boy. I just grew up around fields, so I used to write songs when I'd go on walks and stuff, and there's something, the air's so clear out there. But yeah, I had an incredible childhood. But I think London's a good place to live when you're 18. 19, 20, it's great. I had my first manager when I was 12 years old, and I wasn't writing music at that point, but throughout managements and stuff, I was in the studio after school every day from a young age, and really kind of got to practice that trade, if you know what I mean, like just being in the booth and learning how to use my voice in a recording situation was amazing, but I wasn't writing until I got to the age of 16. I started writing a bit at home, and then I moved to London when I was 18, and that's when I really found my stride and knew that I wanted to write my music. And I wrote a song called Little Sailor, which was 100% by myself. It was a song about the industry and how many managers I'd been to, and it was quite an honest lyric, and Jimmy Napes and my manager Elvin, as Sam and Jack, kind of their ears pricked up and they heard something. And since that moment, it's just been full force. The music that's always influenced me has been vocals. I am obsessed with female vocals. It was only up until about a year ago that I was able to listen to guy singers. As a kid, there was something about the female voice that just resonated with me. Whitney Houston, Chaka Khan, all those massive voices engulfed me as a kid, and I kind of mimic them. I think that's why I can sing so high, because I just mimic them throughout my your voice breaking as a young boy. Like, I just mimicked female voices, and yeah, I guess that's what inspires me the most. But I now recently, in the past couple of years, I've been getting more into the songwriting. So Joni Mitchell, Tracy Chapman, even like people like Frank Ocean nowadays, and the writing is inspiring me as well as the voice. I always say with my voice and the kind of training side of things, I was 9 when I had my first lesson, and it was with a jazz singer, a local jazz singer called Joanna Eden, who taught me, and she made my lessons, the vocal lessons, so fun. And I was singing Frank Sinatra, and just I could bring whatever song I wanted to the lesson, and she'd teach me. So from the get-go, singing has never been a chore for me. It's almost just been like a limb. Like it's what I love. I don't even know, I can't even put into words if I love it. It's just what I do. Like, I like the way it feels, and it feels like speaking to me, without sounding too cheesy. So I've trained it, I train every day, but it doesn't feel like I'm training it. It just feels like I'm doing what I do. When I write music, I live by a bit of a motto. I kind of live and do what I do as a human, and then write songs about it. So I was in LA recently, and I had a really important writing session, and I had a choice whether to go out the night before or not, and I did, and I went out and I did some silly things, and some amazing things and crazy things happened, and I was really hungover the next day, but it meant that I could write a song about it. So everything I do, I stem from real life, and my lyrics, I'm not very good with words. I don't use a lot of long words, so my lyrics are they're like me speaking. They're very honest. I guess there is and there's not poetry to it, because it's just what I sing what I'd say, if you get what I mean. But yeah, it's very honest. Sometimes it's so honest that I can't listen to my songs in front of people because it's too brutal. I definitely write songs where I choose not to show people because it would I think it would cause maybe some tension because the certain people I show it to would find out things about me. Not necessarily sad things, but more just like love. I've been in love with someone for the past year, and if that person heard the music knowing, I think it'd freak them out. But the collaborations I've done have been a bit of a godsend. I started with Disclosure Latch, which completely changed all our lives. I got signed because of that, and even watching Disclosure Boy's life change after that was just incredible. And it's still one of my favourite songs to sing. I don't get sick of it. And then straight after that we did La La La. I was a bit cautious about doing La 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 at first because just because of the feature thing, I didn't want to just become a feature artist that could only live on other people's songs. But thank God I did do it because it did so well. It was completely unexpected, and yeah, it's what's been amazing is I've had a year of practicing my trade, and I wasn't singing live a lot before, and now I've managed to kind of I feel so much more confident in what I do on stage, and that's because of the features. That's the main thing I take away from them, has been that and the fact that they changed my work situation. I definitely haven't found the transition from that to solo art is hard because I began. Disclosure heard Lay Me Down before they worked with me, so I'd already started on my project, my album. I'd already started before I did these features, and even when people talk about recently have asked me about the Brits and about the pressure that they think I am feeling, and I try and explain that I don't feel pressure at the moment because I'm so proud of what I have, and I love the music that I've done, and I feel pressure to impress with my music. I feel the pressure that I want people to love what I do, but I don't feel pressure in a business sense. I don't feel pressure about the transition at all because I have such a belief in my music. The concerts I have coming up next year, they leave me a bit speechless. Shepherd's Bush Empire is my dream place to sing. I've seen Adele there, I saw Lily Allen there, and I love it as a venue. I think it's amazing. I can't believe that I sold it out still. It's just unbelievable, and it's if I'm ever sad, I just think about that, and it cheers me up massively. And then Roundhouse is just obviously another, again even bigger than Shepherd's Bush Empire. I'm just still so thankful that people want to see me sing. It's just great. The album is done. I finished it. I was in Las Vegas shooting my music video for Money on My Mind, my first single, and we finished the album. I'm so proud of it. I've really tried to. I became a bit sick over the past year of hearing music that people talking about sound. When you get signed, people immediately say, "What is your sound?" and they want to put something in a box. And I feel females have achieved the ability to float in and out of genres massively. You listen to Beyonce and any massive artist, they float in and out of genres. And I really wanted to do that for the guys. I don't think, I miss those artists like Elton John, Prince, Michael Jackson, George Michael, where the genre, the sound was not at the forefront. It was the vocal and the lyric. I really hope my voice is the sound of this album, because genre-wise, I couldn't tell you what genre one song is. To me, Money in My Mind is like a melancholy ballad, but with an electronic beat. And then some of my songs are gospel, but stripped back songs, gospel with electronic elements. I don't want people to put this album in a box. And I'm really proud of it not being in a box. When I write music, and the people I write music with, whether it's Disclosure or Jimmy Napes or anyone, I write classic songs. So verse, pre-chorus, chorus, middle eights. I like to write classic songs, and we've done that with Latch. So I believe if a song is strong enough, it can stand alone acoustically. So that's what I tried to do with my music. If we're going to put a production on it, it's great, but you've got to be able to stand there and sing it with a piano as well. For me, my hopes for 2014 are. I mean, it's been written for me already. I guess I've got the Brits to look forward to and my album, and it's going to be incredible. I'm still. I'd like to think I'm still really grounded right now. My mum is calling me up every day, making sure that my head's still screwed on. I just want to have as much fun as I can, and I want to work really, really hard because I've got really big dreams and aspirations, and I just want to smash it. But I also want to enjoy it. But yeah, I'm very thankful, and I remind myself every day that I was working in the bar down the road, because this is a really amazing job. And I should always remember that. I remember saying, I was in the car with my manager after we heard Latch in the studio, after we'd done it, and all I said to him was, all I want to see is my name on the back of an album. The fact that I'm going to see Disclosure's album and have that name on as an album track made me excited. Then it became a single, my dreams were like, all I wanted was just be on the back of an album. And to think about that until now I'm having my own album, it's just ridiculous, and I'm really, it's overwhelming.